basically, what do you do? And there's so many things to unpack on that. I think the first place to start is probably the thing that feels closest to my heart, is actually selling a thing in the first place and feeling guilty about doing it. How do you even get over that? Because that's what everybody's going to be feeling right now.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Arvid. Yeah.
I don't know where this guiltiness comes from, but I've been feeling it quite strongly like essentially for all of my digital entrepreneurial life. It's the kind of thing, I guess, particularly for me being from an engineering background, from like a professional trained, a digital professional background, it says, oh, all this information is out there anyway. And me regurgitating it in a different way is not valuable enough to actually warrant somebody paying me. That's just this kind of fear, the kind of mindset that is very limiting and frankly just wrong, because all knowledge is built on other knowledge. And like the whole system of academia is built on making this tiny little improvement on something that hundreds, if not thousands of other very smart people have built their lives around figuring out, right? So saying that you have to be consistently original to create something that has value, I mean, doesn't really work. And I think who was saying this recently? It was one of these very, very interesting Twitter discussions about the imposter syndrome and how people like lock themselves into this place where they think that only if they were to create something uniquely original would that be valuable to other people.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, where this fear is coming from. And once you understand that you don't have to be original, you just have to be helpful. You have to provide something valuable to other people, no matter who's already said it. And maybe say it differently, allowing for a different way of access to this information, then you can kind of just expect people to find it so valuable that they can give you money. And once that is your mindset, once you see what I give is valuable and that value can be expressed in money, I think that makes it much easier to actually charge for it. Right. And I always had this problem, too, with my blogs, my blog posts and stuff, because I felt I was giving. And I didn't really want to ask people for money because it was just every week was just a blog post. Right. Is that valuable? But if you look at it over a year and there's 50 some blog posts, which essentially is half a book, and then I write the other half. Now, all of a sudden, it is valuable and it has been valuable the whole time. Right. It just may not be as valuable as we consider it as a creative effort. Completely creative effort, but it is just an assortment of information that other people didn't have access to.
I think the thing that's helped me a lot is I feel like sometimes folks can have feelings of imposter syndrome when they spend a weekend building something and then on a Monday launch it and begin selling. I think part of the reason one might feel some imposter syndrome there is because like, why me? Like, why would this be valuable? Like, so on and so forth. I don't know how long Arvid had been noodling on his first book. But after spending a year of working on a book, I didn't feel guilty of putting it out there and selling it initially for $4.99 on an ebook version, because I put so much time into it, effort and energy. Yeah. So from my perspective, like the level of time and effort invested into a project may give one a feeling of kind of purpose and feeling self-fulfilled.